Back to the Future. And yes, I am holding a VHS copy of this film. Hello everyone, for those who are new to my channel, my name is Anthony Jenkins and I review movies on my YouTube channel. And for those who are returning subscribers, hello guys, sorry if I've been out of touch in the movie community world. Things with COVID and stuff that's going on in the news lately has been draining me out to do videos, but now I feel like it's the perfect time to return making videos again, especially on the 35th anniversary of Back to the Future. And even though I love this movie so much, what more there is to say about Back to the Future than nobody else has ever said? It is an iconic movie, it is a classic in cinema history, it has one of the most iconic scores of all time, one of the most iconic movie cars of all time, the DeLorean, one of the most iconic characters in movie history, Marty McFly and Doc Brown, and one of the most quotable movies of all time. What you looking at, butthead? Dick McFly? Great Scott! What? 21 gigawatts? Whoa, this is heavy. You can't just walk to the store and buy plutonium. 88 miles per hour! You tell me you build a time machine out of a DeLorean? You are my destiny. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Like, this movie has so many iconic lines and so many memorable moments. Like, this movie is one of those movies where not only is it a classic, it is an iconic movie, it's also an easy movie to watch. It's one of the most rewatchable movies of all time. Like, whenever Back to the Future is on TV, or if I feel like watching like the movie on Blu-ray, or heck, even popping in the VHS tape, I will gladly do so. Or even like if I'm doing something and it's on in the background, I'll definitely do that as well. It is one of those movies where I will never get tired of every time I watch it. And every time I rewatch it, I always find something new, or something I never caught on the first viewing, or the second viewing, or the third viewing. Like when Marty comes back from 1955 and changed history, the living room is different, and the occupations of his brothers and sisters are different as well than how he was in the original 1985. And his father is no longer a loser, his mother is no longer an alcoholic or overweight. And so many things are that you catch on multiple viewings, that you're like, oh wow, they did this. Or like small little details, like when Marty McFly went to 1955 and he sees his baby version of his Uncle Joey, and he's like, you gotta get used to these bars. I'm like, oh yeah, because his Uncle Joey's in jail. That's clever. That's clever. Like, the script of this movie is so freaking darn good. Like, I don't know if it was improvised, or like was ad-libbed by the actors, or just the chemistry with the cast, or just even the writing. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant film, and it's really one of those movies where, like, I can't find any negative in this movie at all. Even like a minor nitpick. There's like nothing in this movie. Nothing at all. And it's one of those movies where you can just like watch it and you'd be like, wow, this is what movies are all about. Marty McFly is one of my favorite movie characters of all time. Like, this guy is the definition of cool, and he is just a regular guy who just somehow got into this time traveling thing and just had to go back to 1985 in this DeLorean, and the DeLorean is probably my favorite movie car of all time. Yes, I know it's a real car, but every time I think of the DeLorean, I think of Back to the Future and time travel, and Doc Brown, and Christopher Lloyd as this character. Wow. Just wow. I love how he just brought a lot of energy and a lot of this wackiness to this character, and just, he has like this very cartoonish nature about this character, where he just played this weird scientist guy that Marty McFly befriends. We don't know how, we don't know when, and it doesn't really matter. We all know that these two know each other, they're friends, and the chemistry between these two is just wonderful. It's magic, and it's something that you'll probably never see ever in a movie between characters like these two. And for a movie like this, it works. It really works, especially like in a world where you have time travel and plutonium and there's a lot of like wackiness and cartoonish stuff, and it really makes you believe it. It really makes you think that, wow, this is actually done very well. It's not over the top, it's not silly, it's not corny, it's well done. It is a well done movie. Robert Zemeckis does an excellent job directing this movie. Just the writing is amazing, the score is amazing, especially the score by Alan Silvestri is without a doubt one of my favorite movie scores of all time. Like, as soon as you hear that score, you know it's Back to the Future. Just like John Williams with Star Wars, just like John Williams with Jaws and Indiana Jones, and pretty much any other John Williams score that you instantly recognize that theme. And it's in the 1950s setting in this movie. I will say that I love is one of the most fun aspects about this movie, especially since Marty McFly is sort of like the fish out of water in that setting, where you get to see his young parents. He sees that his father was a loser in high school, just get picked on by Biff, and his mother has the hots for him. And just, sorry for my bad Michael J. Fox impersonation, but like, I love that sort of like running gag in the movie that his mother has a crush on him, and little does she know that that's her son from the future. As in some ways it's very weird, but at the same time it definitely pays off for laughs. And it's a really funny movie too. Like, this is a perfect movie where it combines sci-fi and comedy and just fun adventure all into one, and you get this great ride of a film, and that doesn't age at all. Like, even after 35 years, like, there's no special effects in this movie, especially with like the time traveling DeLorean, where I feel like, oh yeah, that's dated. Oh yeah, that looks very cringy. None of that in this movie. None of that. And what's weird about this movie, it holds up actually fairly well compared to most movies nowadays, or even like movies from years ago. I also love Marty McFly's passion for playing the guitar, especially since he wants to be in a band so much, even though he got rejected by Huey Lewis to cameo in this movie, which was hilarious. But his love for the guitar definitely comes into play towards like the final act of this movie, where he had to play the guitar for the prom or whatever at the end of the movie, when him and his parents had to dance, and he plays Earth Angel and Johnny Be Good, and he goes all crazy in 80s style, and the audience just looking at him like, what? And it's amazing. It's amazing. Also, one of my favorite parts of this movie is the final act, where like Marty McFly has to rush to get back in his time, but the DeLorean's not working, and the clock tower thing that have been building up since the beginning of this movie, with the Save the Clock Tower, with him and Doc Brown, it gets me on the edge of my seat every time I watch it. Even though I see this movie millions of times, I always be like, is he gonna make it? Is he gonna make it? Is he gonna make it? In my mind, I'm like, of course he's gonna make it. After you see this movie so many times, you know Marty's gonna make it. Like, don't be silly. But that's how you know a movie is good. That's how you know you got a great movie, where even though you've seen it so many times, with a scene like that whole sequence, that scene gets you on the edge of your seat. Even if you've seen it 1,000 times, you'd be like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Back to the Future, man. Back to the Future. In the skateboarding scene, where like Marty McFly, you're chasing away from Biff's crew and Biff, and as it leads into like a big pile of dirt piles onto Biff's and his crew in his car. It's so hilarious. Awesome scene. Awesome scene with Alan Silvestri's score. Just so many great memorable moments in this movie, and it's also a movie where the stakes are high. Marty McFly's trying to get his parents together because his father's lost confidence and his mother's infatuation for him. I know that sounds so wrong, but I mean, like, it was a big part of this movie, and it's one of the biggest like plot points in this film, of him trying to get his parents together, because how they met in the original 1955. It's different how they met in 1955 and Marty enters in. I don't know one person that doesn't love this movie or even like this movie, because this is also another movie where no one dislikes it. No one dislikes it. Like, almost everybody I know either loves or likes Back to the Future. And this is why I love movies, guys. And Back to the Future undoubtedly gets an A+. It's so good to be back, guys. It is so good to be back on this channel. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and those who have been watching me for years, also thank you. And new viewers and new subscribers, thank you for watching this video, and leave your thoughts on Back to the Future in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, if you're new to my channel and you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. And if you excuse me, I'm gonna go hop in my DeLorean.